What's up, everybody? It's your boy Allan Wade. Took a few days off and now I'm back again with another video. Thank you so much for joining me. If it's your first time here, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already, guys. We have our Silhouette Cameo 4 Plus and our heat press right over here. Today we're going to be doing a basic heat press video because it's been brought to my attention via the comments in multiple videos that people are having problems when they get their Silhouette Cameo 4 or the Silhouette Cameo 4 Plus, just making their first basic cut. So I'm gonna do an intuitive video that tells you step by step exactly what you need to do to make your first cut successful on your Silhouette Cameo 4 or your Silhouette Cameo 4 Plus. All right, I'm gonna be using the Silhouette Cameo 4 Plus because that's a larger machine, and the adjustments that I make on the roller does not apply to the Silhouette Cameo 4. All right, so let's just dive into Silhouette Studio and show you guys how I prepare my file and how you should prepare your file. Okay. All right, so we're in Silhouette Studio, and I'm not gonna tell you guys everything about the interface right here because it's up to you to dive into the interface and learn how to use the interface. But I am going to show you guys some basic functions just to get you guys started making very basic just text cutouts so that you guys can start making your shirts and making some money right now and taking some orders for some people. Okay, so in the interface right now I have mine set to the Silhouette Cameo 4 Plus. All right, you see Cameo Plus right here, and we have our Cameo 4 Plus matte setting right here. If you don't have the Cameo 4 Plus, most likely yours is just going to be on Cameo, which will give you the 12 by 12 cutting mat. But I'm doing the Cameo 4 Plus. If you have the 4 Plus, right, and you don't see the Cameo 4 Plus on this drop down menu, then you have to download the new firmware on Silhouette Studio's website. All right, so exactly where I went to, let me show you guys where I went to. I went right over here to the first setting all the way on the right. That's the page setup. So I open that up, and the first option right there tells me what machine I'm using, whether it be the Cameo or the Cameo 4 Plus. Again, if you don't see the Cameo 4 Plus menu, then you're going to have to download the new firmware on Silhouette Studio's website. All right, the latest firmware. All right, to find out what firmware you're on, you just go over here and about Silhouette Studio, and it tells you right here. I have the business edition, so if you guys see some things on my menu that you don't see on yours, then you guys know it's because you don't have the business edition. But this tells me what firmware I have right now. I'm on 4.4.259 SSBE. All right, that is the firmware. Let me just make sure nothing is showing that shouldn't be showing. Okay, I'm good. Okay, so that tells you the firmware. All right, so yeah. So, all right, so the first things first. I'm going to keep mine on the 12 by 12 just to keep things simple for you guys. I already have my design right here that I'm going to cut out on the 15 by 15 mat. All right, it says, we march, y'all mad, we sit, y'all mad, we speak up, y'all mad, we die, y'all silent. And that's what I'm making for one of my friends. All right, he requested this shirt. It's a shirt that LeBron James was wearing. Shouts out to King James. All right, so let's go back over here. So you want to familiarize yourself with this little panel right here, but the thing you want to know the most is when it pertains to this is the text tool. All right, so this is the text tool right here. Right now you see the cursor. When I click this text tool, you're going to see like a dash mark, kind of like on Microsoft Word. So you click on the text, and instead of the cursor, it turns to this little this cursor right here. Okay, instead of the arrow, it turns to a cursor rather. All right, so you click and then you type something like we march, y'all mad. Right? All right, so we're just gonna start off with that for right now. It's basic text. You can type whatever you want. You can pause the video, type whatever you want. All right, so right now you see just the outline of the text, and the reason for that is because we didn't give the text any color. So in order to give the text or any outline shape color, you have to select it. Just click on it right here with the finger, right? Oh, let me step back for a second because I was just on a cursor. So if I double click on the text, it takes me back to the cursor. So after I typed, that's where I was at. And then when I moved the cursor away and clicked on just a page, that's how it turned back to the arrow, okay? Gotta be very, I'm trying to be very basic so everybody can get this, all right? So now you click on the text one time, and that selects the text. That selects the outline because you see no color. So now you go over here all the way to the right, and this is a paint palette. So we click on the paint palette, and now we can color the text any color we want. Very basic functions here in Silhouette Studio, all right? So I'm gonna color this white right here. All right, now, what if you wanted to change the text, the font type? If you want to change the font type. So I'm gonna double click on the font, all right? And then I'm gonna go from here. I'm gonna click and hold and drag, select the whole font. Don't think you have to do that. And then I'm going to go over here or over here to the text. Actually, no, you got to go over here to the text, right? Wait, let me just do this because I don't think you have to select it. Let me just text it. Just click right here, and then you click, and then no, you do have to select it. Okay, so click on it, all right, and then it changes. So you don't have to highlight the whole thing. Just click on it, and now I can actually push the down arrow and circulate through the different texts. If you're seeing some text on my machine that are not on yours, that's because I downloaded it. I have a tutorial on how to add fonts to your PC or Mac on one of my playlists. All right, so search through the playlist and you can actually find how to add fonts to your Mac or PC, A-Dubb Productions. All right, just search that. So these are all the different fonts that live on my computer, and when you add a font to your computer, it should be available in all the programs. Not all the time, but it should be. All right, so I'm just picking up a font, but for this one, I'm just gonna pick Impact. All right, so there's Impact right there. All right, so another thing you can do to make the font bigger, you can click on it, and you can drag these right here, right on the edge, get your cursor, your arrow to look like this, then you drag on the edge to make it bigger. All right, so that's how you make your font bigger to add on your shirt. All right, so you make your font whatever color you want. The color doesn't really matter because the color is just so you can see it. The reason why I said the color doesn't matter, it's just a reminder, because what matters is the color vinyl that you put inside of the machine, inside of Silhouette Cameo. Like, for example, this could be black text, but if I put white vinyl inside the machine, guess what I'm going to press onto the shirt? White vinyl. All right, so color doesn't really matter in here, but you just use it as a point of reference. And it does matter when you're cutting out different colors in a design, but we're just going basic one color right now, so that's all I'm going to say on that. All right, so right here, say you got this all ready, you got it ready, you want to cut now. But for this video, I'm not going to use a cutting mat. All right, I'm going to teach you guys to cut without a cutting mat. Cutting mats are expensive, and they just add more complication they just complicate things when people are saying, hey, my stuff is getting stuck to the cutting mat. So let me show you guys one more thing that you can do to your text to fancy it up. So you click on it, and you go up here, and this could center your stuff. You know, you could align the text different ways. It's just like Microsoft Word, all right? All right, so now you're ready to cut this. But again, I said I wasn't using a cutting mat, so I'm going to go over here again to page setup, right? And where it says cutting mat, see, everything's labeled. It's real simple. Where it says cutting mat, I'm just going to click on Silhouette Cameo and select none. All right, now we got no cutting mat. All right, and yeah, we're still on 15 by 15. This needs to be 12 by 12 if you guys are, you know, using no cutting mat feature with the Silhouette Cameo. Then we always want to, before we send our stuff to cut, we always want to flip horizontal. All right, unless you're doing Oracle 651, which is decals, unless you're making decals, because when you're making decals, you're not using regular vinyl, you're using Oracle 651, but that's not what we're talking about, so sorry I even brought that up. All right, so click on it, double click on it, and then go down to flip horizontal, and it's going to reverse the whole thing. Make sure it's centered, I mean at least on the paper, and now you're ready to cut. All right. So I'm going to show you guys my cut settings. I'm going to go to mine that I'm actually doing, which is this one right here, and catch up to you guys where you guys are at. But first I'm going to do a few things. I'm going to grab my shirt and I'm going to measure out the size that I want it to be. All right, and then I'm going to make it the corresponding size. But to speed this up so I don't have to come back and show this to you guys, I'm going to set it up right now. So I'm going to hit that I'm cutting without a cutting mat. So cutting mat none, 15 by 15, Cameo plus, right? Make sure everything is on the mat. This is hanging off a little bit, so what I would do is, or what you would do is, you would slide that up. But in my case, I'm probably going to come back and make it bigger, so you guys won't see that. You guys can do that if you want to. Just make sure the sides are on all the way, because I have a 16 by 20 inch press, so I'm going to press it a little bit longer so it looks a little bit bigger on the shirt. All right, so so now say you guys are ready to cut, because you guys got it. You guys just making first cut, right? Everything's on, all the corners right here. I clicked away so it unselected it so I could see everything, right? All right, boom. So you go over here to send, and right now, all right, let's see. Okay, right here, boom, boom, boom. Let me see something real fast, guys. Give me a second. Unavailable. So I'm gonna go down here, right? I'm gonna go all the way down here because it's still acting like it's confused. Let me go over here, and I'm going to select the Cameo Plus, and it should ungray this portion right here. All right, so let me go down here. I'm going to select the Cameo Plus that's available, which is right here. It's on. All right, now it's connecting. Boom. Load media. It's okay, cool. This is still grayed out, which is interesting to me, but it's all right. All right, so now it's asked me to load media. All right, so now what I want to show you guys real fast is my cut settings. All right, so I'm using my Sizer Easy Read HTV cut settings, which is going to be this right here is the blade depth. It's on 3. This is the important part. The blade depth is on 3, the force is on 6, and the speed is on 3, all right, with 1 pass. All right, I got an auto blade, the blade that came with the Cameo. All right, once again, the blade depth is on 3, the force is on 6, and the speed is on 3. All right, 3, 6, 3. All right, let me just double check that real fast. See something. Scroll down my menu right here. Yep, those are my settings. Yep, those are my settings. I'm just checking something real fast because I got other settings for other stuff. Yep, 363 is the settings that I use. Blade depth 3, force 6, speed 3, with 1 pass for the Silhouette Cameo 4 or the Silhouette Cameo 4 Plus. All right. All right, so let me show you guys what else I do to get my design ready. This right here is a 2XL 100% cotton Gildan shirt. All right, and because I'm using a 16 inches wide by 20 inches long by 20 inches height heat press, I can make my design a little bit bigger so that it takes up the whole, like, more area of the shirt. All right, so bear in mind, my Silhouette Cameo 4 can only produce something that's 15 inches wide. All right, so actually a little less than 15 inches because it can't cut 15 inches exactly. All right, so I'm gonna see how much space I want this design to take up. So right from the collar, right from the neckline is where we normally lay our vinyl. So I'm gonna say that I want my design to take up about this much on the shirt. About 14 inches is big enough from here to here, you know, maybe 15. But again, the cutting mat is 15 by 15, so I'm going to make it 14 inches long, 14 inches in height. All right, so it's going to take up this much of the shirt. All right, so I'm going to go back into my Silhouette Studio, and I'm going to make sure it's the right height up and down. And when I adjust the height up and down, I got to make sure it's within the 15 inches wide. All right, and then I'm going to send it to cut. All right, so back in Silhouette Studio, here's our cutting mat. Right now we're ready to send it, but we didn't load any media in the Silhouette Cameo yet, so it's still telling us to load our media. So up here, we're going to go from send back to design mode. All right, now I'm going to space it out and make sure. Right now I see it's 15 inches long up and down. So I'm going to grab this grab handle right here and I'm going to bring it down to about 14. All right, a little bit over 14 is okay. So now I'm going to use this right here to center it. That centered it that way, and this centered it that way. All right, now what I didn't do is flip this horizontal. And remember I said always make sure you flip it horizontal. I'm actually going to try to make it just a little tiny bigger because I want to use up that real estate, make it look better, the bigger the better. All right, so right here is good. Right here is good. Because remember, it's 15 by 20, so I'm good with the as far as the press is concerned. The one thing you got to do is make sure your press is big enough. Most of you guys, a lot of you guys, are going to be using 15 by 15 presses. All right. So another thing that you should do right here, right? The reason why when I go to send, it's kind of like grayed out right here. I'm going to show you guys. Go back in design, and then media height. All right, media height. All right. So you can make your stuff taller. Right here. All right, so I just made it taller. You can go as far as 24 inches tall. All right, now when I go back to send, it shouldn't be grayed out, but let me see. Now everything is selected. Perfect. All right, so that is awesome. All right, now everything is selected. Now I'm going to load the media into the Silhouette Cameo, and we're going to come back in here and send it to cut. Let me load up the Silhouette Cameo 4 Plus. Again, everything that I'm talking about, product links will be down below in the description if you guys want to purchase anything. I am an Amazon affiliate, I'm a heat transfer warehouse affiliate, and I'm also a vinyl stand affiliate. So all affiliate links to the vinyls, to the heat press, to the Silhouette Cameo 4, to everything that I'm going to be using is down in the description below. All right, I'm only going to mention it once. All right, so yeah, let me show you guys how you load up your Silhouette Cameo 4 Plus. So this is my Silhouette Cameo 4 Plus, guys. All right, so what you want to do, when you get your machine, you should have already familiarized yourself with it a little bit so you can know the basic functionalities, but I'm going to show you guys a little something that you guys should pay attention to but when you get started. First of all, you want to make sure that this is seated. Your needle, your cutting tool is seated all the way. Sometimes people might pull it out, and if you have this out, it's not going to function properly. You need to make sure it's all the way down and pushed in slot number 1 though. Your cutting needle, your cutting tool is going to be in slot number 1. Make sure it's all the way down. When you pull this up, it comes out. Make sure you seat it all the way down and then push that in. All right, when you push it in, it locks the cutting tool into place. Second thing people always mess up on, which I showed on my Silhouette Cameo 3 video, is this right here. You guys don't pay attention to this sometimes. For the new people, you guys will have this up and you guys will say, hey, I went to go cut something and the vinyl is sliding all over the place. All right, you guys got to make sure that this is in the up position so that this bar will be down. All right, so that both wheels right here are sliding on the vinyl. All right, so now we're going to load up our vinyl. We're going to make sure everything is fine though. So next thing you're going to do is you want to pay attention to your vinyl. I got my vinyl right here. This is B-Flex vinyl. This vinyl right here is called B-Flex. It's called Gimme 5 Evo from the vinyl stand, B-Flex. I'll leave the product link down below. This vinyl is decent because you apply it at 285 degrees and you only got to press it for 4 seconds and it presses onto the shirt. So if you guys want something quick, you guys want something durable, something that lasts, something that doesn't require you to turn your heat press all the way up super high, you apply this 285 degrees for 4 seconds and it transfers onto the shirt. It's from the vinyl stand. The link will be down below. Give me 5 Evo. All right, so let's load this up. So vinyl, typically vinyl goes shiny side down. You see, you have a shiny side and you have a dull side. Pay attention and see which side is your shiny side, which side is your dull side. The shiny side is normally down. All right, so you got little arrows on your Cameo right here. So you want to line it up on the arrows so that the wheels will roll on your vinyl, because we're cutting with no cutting mat. Another thing that you want to pay attention to, guys and girls, this wheel right here, right? Some of you guys won't have this locked in, and some of you girls won't have this locked in. You could also press down right here. When you press down, it loosens up the wheel. See, I'm going to let it go, and when I pull it, it locks it in. When I press down on it and hold my finger down on it, I can move this. All right, let go, and it locks in the next little groove right here. All right, now it's locked in. All right, so when you're cutting any size vinyl, to be honest with you guys, without a cutting mat, it can be on any one of these as long as it's catching both parts, both sides of the vinyl. This side and this side. As long as both wheels are catching the vinyl, then you're good to go. So I can actually put this up right here, and I can actually let it roll like with this side and this side. But I'm going to bring it over here just so we can see everything. But when you're adjusting this, make sure you bring this down so this bar comes up. Push right there, boom, let go of it, and lock it in. All right, put it back up, and that brings it down. Now we're good to go. Okay, we said shiny side down. All right, so put the shiny side down, line it up right on the edge right there, right on the edge right here, press up. And that loads your vinyl. And we're pretty much good to go. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tuck my vinyl under here, since it's not rolled up and I'm not using the extra roll tool, roll wheel, which is at the bottom of this of the Cameo right here. It's at the bottom. I can actually use it, but I'm not going to use it for this. I'm just going to let it do its thing. All right, and so let's go back into the Silhouette Studio and let's send it to cut. All right, so now we see, now that we've loaded some media, we're not getting that load media message anymore. It just says ready. All right, so again, we got our cut settings 3, 6, and 3. We got everything selected fine. Our text is outlined. That means it's ready to cut. And we're Bluetoothed up. We're ready to go. I'm just going to press send right now. Press send. And the Cameo starts doing its thing. If you haven't done so already, please hit that like button. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. See the Cameo cutting. Perfect, with no problems. And after this is done, we're gonna weed it, and I'm gonna show you guys how good it weeds and stuff like that. So now, guys, I don't want to hear anything in the comments, because I showed you guys step by step. I know some people are still gonna have some questions, so it's okay to answer. So ask questions. Those of you guys that are a little bit more experienced, it's okay to help me out and answer people's questions if I don't have the time to get to them immediately. You guys can also go on a Facebook group, on the Facebook page. I want you guys to go on the Facebook group, A-Dubb Productions Facebook group, and post the questions to the page. All right, that's what we're gonna do from now on. Instead of you guys DMing me, you guys can ask questions either in the comments of this video, or you guys can go to the Facebook page, facebook.com/A-Dubb Productions, and post your questions there. Like, you guys can post a video there, or reference the video that you have questions to, and ask the questions there, because I figure that way everybody, the whole community, can participate in answering you guys' questions instead of it just being me, because there are some experienced people in the group as part of Dub Nation, guys, and I appreciate you guys a lot. All right, so you see the Cameo doing this thing right now. We're just going to let it cut everything out, and then I'll be right back when it's time to weed. All right, see how it's weeding everything? I'm just letting it do its thing right here. It's cutting fine with no cutting mat. Be right back, guys. I'll show you some more.
A-Dubb Productions.
So now our design is done. All right, so when your design is done, you can do one or two things, guys. You can press this down arrow right here and take it out, or you can make a nice even cut on the other side of the machine. I want to show you guys some functions real fast. Press this down arrow and notice that it feeds the vinyl through. Press this up arrow and it brings the vinyl this way. All right. So another thing you guys want to pay attention to is that you all have enough vinyl to cut out the design that you're cutting out. I see that right here where my design ends, so I'm going to feed it through the other side and show you guys how to use a cutting feature on the other side of your Silhouette Cameo 4 and your Silhouette Cameo 4 Plus. So I'm going to press that button, feed it all the way through to the point where I feel like it needs to be cut. I'm going to stop it. Let's go around the other side. Now you guys won't be able to see it, but I'm looking right here to make sure that all my letters are through. And if they're not through, I'm just going to feed a little bit more of the vinyl through, just a little bit. And I see right here that y'all silent. So how do you use this feature right here? All right. So what you got to do is pull this down right here. It's two little tabs right here. Pull that down, right? Lock it into place. All right. Let me do that one more time. Finger right here. Pull those down. Push it all the way down. Lock it into place. Make sure all of your text is not going to be cut. Make sure all your text is clear. All right. This is my last line. I see the y'all silent. That's the last line. I'm going to grab this right here. I'm going to bring this straight across. And that cuts the vinyl nice and straight. I'm going to bring it back across. Then I'm going to put this back up. All right. Because if you leave this back down, when you go to cut your next vinyl, it's not going to feed all the way through and it's going to get jammed up inside the machine. So make sure you guys are putting this back. All right. Make sure this is all the way over here and you're putting it back. All right. So now you're ready to cut your next piece. All right. So I'm cutting another piece real fast. Why? Because I made a mistake. I did something that I just told you guys not to do. I just reminded you guys to do it. And it happens a lot when I'm making these videos. It seems like I make a lot of mistakes, guys, but I really don't. What happens is every time I'm making this video, I'm trying to concentrate on shooting for you guys, and I'm trying to concentrate on what I'm doing, and I always miss a step. So what happened, I told you guys when you're pressing vinyl onto shirts, you want to flip the design horizontal, flip it backwards, mirror the image before you send it to cut. And as soon as I told you guys that, I went and I sent mine to cut without flipping it horizontal. So I ruined a nice long piece of Gimme 5 HTV from B-Flex from the vinyl stand, actually. So you guys owe me a piece of B-Flex, guys. You guys owe me some vinyl from the vinyl stand. So instead of sending me some vinyl from the vinyl stand, use my B-Flex link. Use my vinyl stand link down in the description below if you're going to purchase any of this B-Flex vinyl that tacks on to your shirt in that short amount of time. I think of what, 4 seconds, 5 seconds? It says it right here. Yeah, it sticks in with a 4-second press at 285 degrees. I get upset when I waste vinyl like that, guys, so bear with me right here. So I'm going to let this thing right here finish cutting out, and then we're going to weed it just so I can show you guys that we have the right cut settings and everything, all right? It happens. Pay attention. Second cut, I had used my vinyl roller right here. You guys can do your research and figure out how to do that. Use that for yourselves, all right? So let us begin the weeding process, all right? This is the second piece of vinyl that I weeded, that I cut out, but the one on the floor right here is the first piece. This is the big piece. Don't even see here the cuts right here on this side. Shiny side down, remember? So you shouldn't see the cuts on this side, you should see them on this side. So let us go ahead and weed this one right here. All right, so the object is with your weeding hook, you're gonna grab the edge right here and just gonna start pulling it up. All right, separating it. This is the dull side. This is the shiny side, this is the dull side. I'm just grab the edge right here with the weeding hook of the dull side and start weeding it, and we should see the vinyl easily start to separate from our cutout. All right, our cutout, our words actually start about right here. So I'm going to start from the other side, actually, weeding from the other side, because you'll see it much easier. There's quite a bit of vinyl right here that I can use. I'm going to use my X-Acto, my little ruler right here, and I'm going to line this up, and I'm going to cut this part right here so that I won't have to go through all of that and have all that extra vinyl right there. All right, so I'm going to use my X-Acto knife, product link down in the description below if you want to purchase one. All right, boom, back on here. All right, now we start weeding this joint. Boom, come from right here, the edge, and start weeding. Again, we still got a bunch right here, but it's okay. It is what it is. From right here, and start separating our vinyl from the carrier sheet. And we should start seeing the words appear very, very soon. All right, as you guys can see right there, the vinyl is weeding very good. We got one big sheet right here. Boom, see the vinyl coming up. So just continue doing all of that, guys. Continue doing that and weed your vinyl. If your blade is sharp, it doesn't have to be super sharp because I've made plenty of cuts on this machine before. But if your blade is sharp enough and everything, you guys use the same cut settings that I just used, then you guys should be weeding your vinyl the same as mine. Shouldn't be anything different, all right? See how mine is cutting out? You guys use the same cut settings. You follow this thing. You followed everything that I did step by step. You should be having the same results, okay? If you're not, go back and watch the video before you start asking questions that have already been answered in the video. No problem, but a lot of people ask questions, and I can tell that they did not watch the video. And it's kind of discouraging, kind of like makes me want to be like, dude, did you even watch the video? Like some people say, what vinyl did you use? And I said it in the video. And I get it if you already missed it, if you missed it or something like that, but guys, and I'll answer those questions anyway, but you know, come on. Just follow along with the video and you can't go wrong. And now if there's something I missed, which I obviously I miss stuff because I mess up all the time, so yeah. But anyway, I'm just going to continue weeding this and I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to continue weeding this thing, and when it's all done, we're going to go ahead and press it, and I'm going to show you how this thing presses. All right, be right back.
A-Dubb Productions.
Now that we got both of our designs weeded out, we're going to turn on our heat press. I'm going to put it on our setting for our vinyl stand, give me 5, which is 285 degrees, and we're going to press it for 4 seconds and let it transfer onto our first extra large sheet. Once again, I have a 16 by 20 heat press, so that's why I say, like, I highly recommend a 16 by 20 press because you can print out larger designs, and larger designs just looks better. It's just more, you're not restricted to 15 by 15. After you use a 15 by 15 for a while, you guys will see exactly what I'm talking about. You're going to want to press on something that's a little bit bigger, stands out a little bit more, and it looks better. So if you can buy a 16 by 20, I highly recommend it. Product links will be down in the description below, but let me turn on my heat press and let me heat it up so we can do our first press, okay? 285 degrees. 4 seconds. So we are all heated up, guys, and this is something new that I don't normally do, but it's a heat gun. I'm gonna just check my temperature on this heat press. Looks like I'm at 281 degrees in the middle, 285 degrees on this side, 286 degrees on this side, 298, 282. This thing fluctuates all over the place. Interesting. So, all right, we're going to grab our first shirt. All right, we're going to slide out our platen right here, place it onto our press. Love this 16 by 16. Don't have a roller, but I suggest you guys get a roller. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give it a quick little pre-press real fast. All right, that's to get all the wrinkles out. Boom. All right, got all the wrinkles out. Take my design, lay it on here. All right, got it slid out. Make sure it's down. That's the good thing about having a slide out. Line it up real good. Nice and good. Looks good. Nice and big up on there. All right. Oh, I love this thing so much. It's so big. That's what, yeah. Anyway, all right, so we're good. Nice and flat. Slide it in there. Put it down. That was a 3-second press, guys. I don't know why my heat press not going for 6. I set it for 6, but I'll do it one more time. Yeah, 3, 2, 1. That's good. All right, auto open. All right, so this is our B-Flex, B-Flex from the vinyl stand. It's supposed to come out in 3 seconds. Looking good. Looking good. Peeling it all off nice and easy. Looking good. Not peeling off fast. Just in case, you know what I mean? Always good to have that just in case. But it's looking good. It's peeling off nice and good. Yep. Looks good. Great. Alright, and this stuff right here, guys, is supposed to be able to go for 100 washes. See, everything came off. This is supposed to be good for 100 washes. Alright. So, just be mindful of that. And just know that you can press again right on it. 3 more seconds. Let it pop open. And look at that. Just to make sure everything is good, I pressed again right on top of the vinyl. And we're good for 100 washes with this. We march, y'all mad. We sit down, y'all mad. We speak up, y'all mad. We die, y'all silent. Shouts out to LeBron James. LeBron James had this on. All right, there you have it, guys. Step by step, how to use your Silhouette Cameo 4 or your Silhouette Cameo 4 Plus. You guys should be able to do this by now. After watching this video, if not, rewind it and just do some other stuff. I showed you guys how to set it up in Silhouette Studio to do a basic cut of just some letters. Told you guys what you need to do. I told you guys how to cut it using the machine. Told you guys what to watch out for in the machine. Told you guys how to weed it. Told you guys how to press it. Only thing I didn't show you guys how to do is Bluetooth your machine from Bluetooth your Cameo to your computer. But if you don't know how to do that, then just use the USB cable that it came with. And guys, that's all I got for you guys. Listen. Yeah, I gave you guys a real in-depth. This video should be pretty long. I'm not sure exactly how long it's going to be, but guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. Anything that I mentioned in the video will be in the description below, all the products and stuff. If the product is not available on Heat Transfer Warehouse or the vinyl stand, it'll be on Amazon like this. I'll put this to this heat gun right here. I'll put the link down, my Amazon affiliate link down in the description below if you want to purchase anything that you guys saw in the video or anything at all on Amazon. Use my Amazon link. Use my Heat Transfer Warehouse link to get your Sawgrass SG500 or SG1000s or your Silhouette Cameo 4, and use my vinyl stand link to get some of this Gimme 5 because it's very, very good vinyl. Lasts a very long time, up to 100 washes, and Caesar's good as well. Use my Heat Transfer Warehouse link to get all your Caesar vinyls, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys on our next one. It's your boy Allan Wade. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram, instagram.com/A-Dubb-productions, facebook.com/A-Dubb-productions. Leave your comments and your questions in the description down, in the comments down below, or if you have detailed things that you want to ask or anything, other things that you want to ask that's not related to this video, go to the Facebook page and leave it on the Facebook page, and I'll answer you directly in our Facebook community that's growing over there on that page, facebook.com/A-Dubb-productions. You guys can start communicating with each other there, so you guys can start helping each other out when you have questions or you're in a bind and I can't get to you in the comment section, okay? All right, guys, I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Thank you so much. Peace.
Turn up that, crank it up. Why listen to the rest when you're rocking with the best, baby?